Warhawk, a game most people will know from the PlayStation 3 generation, though it was in fact a multiplayer-only remake of one of my favorite games on the original PlayStation of the same title. In this video I wanted to look back at both of them and even the cancelled single-player campaign for the PS3 game, which I've always really wished got to see the light of day. The original Warhawk released on the PlayStation 1 in North America on November 10th, 1995, and is honestly one of the first video games I remember playing. Created by SingleTrack, also responsible for the creation of other franchises that mean a lot to me, such as Jet Moto and Twisted Metal. To this day, the SingleTrack Studio intro is one of my all-time favorites. When you started a PS1 game in the 90s and you heard this, you knew you were about to have fun. In Warhawk, players take control of a futuristic VTOL aircraft, otherwise known as the Warhawk. The game features a weapon pickup system similar to its counterpart also developed by SingleTrack, Twisted Metal. The player must complete a handful of missions in order to stop the villain only known as Creel. I won't go in depth into the story here, but it is interesting and full of these hilarious FMV sequences with actual actors.
Those are my people down there, so find a way.
Commander, intelligence can't find anything on this Creel guy.
The gameplay is fun and you can actually play the game in either first or third person. And you can zoom your camera in and out, but the controls are terrible. When I went back to record this footage, I had quite a time getting used to controlling the Warhawk after the many years it's been since I last played the game. I don't know what sick mind conceived the control scheme for this game, but triangle to go and L2 to slow down is not cool, okay?
Intelligence can't find anything on this Creel guy.
All in all, Warhawk was one of my favorite PlayStation 1 titles. Though it may look like an ancient game at this point, it is one of my most beloved games on PS1. I have many fond memories of playing it as a kid, and it's really stuck with me all these years later. Developed by Incognito, the next and only other iteration of this franchise would come out in the form of Warhawk, released for the PlayStation 3 on August 28, 2007. And I don't have to go far to tell you that I basically bought a PlayStation 3 in order to play this game. I was initially very surprised to see Sony pick up an old IP like Warhawk, a game that had effectively fallen to obscurity, but I was happy all the same because I love the original Warhawk on PlayStation 1. The original Sony servers for the game closed down on January 31st, 2019, but luckily the dedicated fan base of the game have revived the servers, and players can currently access these by changing some DNS settings on their PS3s. What a lot of people don't know is Warhawk was going to launch with a single player campaign, which had a really amazing trailer and a main character which I believe was named Archer. These early trailers look like Warhawk concepts straight out of PS1 remade in PS3 graphics, and I was all in for it. Unfortunately though, the single player campaign did not make the final cut due to quality concerns compared to the multiplayer. But fortunately, in the end, it didn't make Warhawk any less of an amazing game. Warhawk is a third-person action shooter set in a fictional world amidst the war between the Eucadian Republic and the Sharanovan Empire. It's basically Red Team versus Blue Team with no context to the team's motives. As the game is purely online, there is no inkling of story or lore. Another reason I really wanted that story mode. Flying the Warhawk this time around is much easier than it was in the PS1 game obviously, and the game features a weapon pickup system similar to that of the original PS1 title. Quite literally, the one and only game mode that mattered, and that people still play today, is Capture the Flag. There were typical modes like Deathmatch and Team Deathmatch, and some interesting new modes that were added in DLC expansions like Hero Mode and Collection Mode. This video has been a very brief look back at one of my favorite franchises in the PlayStation catalog. I'm very hopeful that somehow, some way, Sony will see the potential this franchise still has and will either re-release it or remake it for current hardware. That would be a dream come true. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like on the video. It'll help the video grow and reach more people. Leave a comment on your thoughts about the Warhawk franchise and what it has meant to you. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.